You have one like this tomorrow on your test. This is really easy. Like it is. It just looks complicated. And if you use a calculator on this one, you're going to get it wrong. You will have a calculator tomorrow on your test. But if you use a calculator when you don't need one, you're going to be wrong. So, let's see here. What does this say to do right here? Solve what? Okay, so what's h of x? No. 3 to the power of x. Totally different than 3x. Totally different than 3x. Okay, and how do I figure out what this is? Can I do that as scratch work? Yeah? Alright. So 2 divided by, and again, if you use a calculator, you're going to be wrong. Like I promise you. Like you'll get it wrong. You will not get it right if you use a calculator. Because our calculators won't do this math. Yeah. Alright. Oh boy. How can I clean that up? Like I plugged it in correctly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is x right here, correct? So how can I clean that up? Yes, sir? Multiply by the reciprocal. So tell me what to write.
It was 2 times 14 over 27.
Do you guys agree with him? Minus 1? Okay. So then Cyrus, what's next? How can I simplify this a little bit more? Killing me, Smalls. Killing me, Smalls. Adiam, what are we going to do?
Multiply this with 14.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then what?
It's going to be 28 over 27.
Cyrus, you telling me you couldn't do that? You're not telling me that. Oh my gosh. Okay, now what? Yes, sir, Manny. And so then what's that whole thing going to equal? Okay. So what do I do with that? Am I done? No? What do I got to do with that? Tell me, Sam. What am I... So I put in 1/27 right here? No, sorry. I don't. Because it doesn't say h of g of 27 over 14. If it did, then you would be right. See what I mean? So like, even though you said it wrong, I'm glad you said that, because if I were to plug in 1/27 right here, then this would be the way that would be written. But this is different. Oh, yes? 3 to the power of x equals 1 over 27. That's correct. Okay. That's the hard part, and that was pretty easy because it's just a fraction. So who got the answer? What'd you get?
I got 3 to the negative 10.
That's not what x equals, I'm sorry. What'd you get? Huh? No, sorry. No, it's not 3 times x. No. What'd you get?
1 over 81.
No. Adiam, I know you got it, but you said it wrong. In fact, if you wrote that answer as your test question, as your test answer, it would be wrong, because that is not what x equals. X does not equal 3 to the negative third power.
Oh, x equals negative.
X equals negative 3. That's right, Adiam. Why does it equal negative 3? Like, what's the clue? What's the clue, Michelle? Because you need to write down the clue so you can get this right tomorrow. What's the clue? Exactly, Michelle. This is a fraction. Very good. Thank you, Michelle. That's a fraction. And since that's a fraction, and we're dealing with an exponent, and the base is not a fraction, that means it's a negative exponent for sure. Right? For sure. Is 27 a power of 3? Is there a power of 3 that equals 27? Of course, it's 3. And since it's a reciprocal, that's why x equals negative 3. The reason x equals negative 3 is because 3 to the negative third power equals 1 over 27. It's true. Yes, ma'am.
What if the base is negative?
But if the base was negative? Like -3? Well, then you just have to figure out what it would have to be. This would be, it would have, like, don't even worry about it. If still, then the base would be negative. No big deal. Yeah. Yes, ma'am?
I still don't understand how you got -3.
I didn't tell you. Who can explain how we got -3? You just have to know that you have to look at this. And what power of 3 is 27? You have to know 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And the reason you know it's negative is because it's a fraction. Negative exponents make reciprocals. They flip it over. You have to know those two facts. There's no steps. You have to know those two things. Do you know what I mean?
Kind of.
Kind of. Do you know what I mean by there's no steps? You just have to know. Like, what color is the letter L on the sign back there? How do you know that? What steps did you take? None. You looked, you found the letter L, you identified the color. Same thing here. You look, you identify facts you know, and you just answer the question. That's it. Yeah.
Don't you have a YouTube video about like explaining this?
Probably. I'm pretty sure.
Alright.
All right.